ॐ घं गणाधिपतये नमः। ॐ नमः शिवाय। ॐ नमो दुर्गावै नमो जीसाय नमो तस्स भगवतु अरहतु सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स नमो तस्स भगवतु अरहतु सम्मा सम्बुद्ध सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स नमो सच्चिदानंद विद्महे शिरडीवासाय धीमहि तन्नो साई प्रचोदयात्। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Good morning. So today I explain Kaya Samvahana, so the therapy, the Indian Masso therapy for lungs, how to protect your lungs, how to strengthen the lungs for those who are having the weak lungs. So what is the way out in yoga? And there are certain things in yoga which you cannot do yourself, or when you are bedridden and when you are not in a position to move. And the one who has done yoga, accomplished in yoga, the one who has a skill in yoga, and since he knows your body thoroughly, since he knows your nervous system, and since he knows your entire anatomy, physiology, and accomplished and an experienced a yogi, so that's why yogi touches means is called a healing. And so there are 7 ways of giving diksha or invoking the power in the student. One is called touch. Very rare indeed a Krishna or a Guru, or so he hugs or he touches one's forehead or one's top of the head, Brahma randram, fontanelle, as a part of transmitting the energy. If you are very pure, energy always flows from higher level to low level, from a hot body to cold body. Always understand. That is a fundamental principle of the Thermodynamics. That is the second law of Thermodynamics. Energy always flows from top to down, from hot body to the cold body. In the process, and cold body and hot body also might reach equilibrium. Means cold body attracts the heat and cold body gets heated and hot body gets cooled. This is the law of thermodynamics, but that doesn't happen in case of a superconductor. So the day, and just a week back, it is discovered first time in the universe, a superconducting wave. So far we have seen gravitational wave. So far we have seen Higgs boson we discovered, and we found black hole. So black holes, when they merge, that's called a gravitational wave. But for the first time in the history, and so scientists discovered the superconducting wave because of the corona that has not scintillated or that has not been given attention to the entire world. Entire world is engaged actually now only corona and survival mechanism, but actually, and had corona been not there, this would have made headlines in the newspaper called superconducting wave. This superconducting wave, and they found at 100 degree Kelvin. So it is generated from an area in the universe where the temperature is and minus 173 degrees, or called 100 degree Kelvin. And so far, that thinking a superconducting means only it is at the cryogenic temperatures, it has to be maintained. So what is a superconductor? And it allows, and 100% without any loss of electricity, it can allow 100% electricity at point A will be the same in the point B. So no loss of any electricity at all, because there is no impurity in it. Now the research in superconductors, such elements are found, they are called cuprates. Now the cuprates are promising because at 100 degree Kelvin now you can carry out your temperature of superconducting. You can convert these cuprates into a superconducting materials. And so far people thought, so at minus 173 degree and 273 degree, or something like at subliminal temperature, at cryogenic temperature is only possible. Now it is now cuprates, and they can, so that much energy difference. Now the challenge for the scientist is, if you can make any metal, so if you find some metal, if you can make it the room temperature, and if you can make any metal and functioning like a superconductor, that is called marvelous. That is called, so entire energy dynamics, energy losses in the nature, entire the way semiconductors are working, the way the computers are working, and the way electricity transmission happening, the way radio waves travel, everything dramatically changes. It brings enormous revolution. So that's why research continues in the universe, somewhere in the new corner, and so they found so some coolest areas where the temperature is about 2 Kelvin. And 2 Kelvin means, why it is very interesting, in that area of the universe where they found the temperatures in the cryogenic temperature, they want to see so how the elements are. If they examine, if they can get sample from the domain, and they will get clue to singularity. So the clue is that at 2 degree Kelvin temperature, all atoms, hydrogen, helium, and all the periodic elements, they become one. They lose their ego. They lose their ego. They become egoless, identityless. They all become one. So this research is fascinating because you can convert any element to another element, whatever you want. You can convert a copper into gold or something like that. Further, if you explore this. So there is so much of science which is, and what science is exploring on one side. Why am I telling you this? A superconducting material had a superconducting material means, and so no impurity, no resistance it should offer. And it resistance, whatever the right now the resistance is there, that is getting resistance or entropy you call, resistance is there, that resistance is becoming zero in cuprates at 100 Kelvin. means, and zero resistance it is reaching. As I told, entire spirituality or entire science of yoga is zero resistance, zero resistance, zero resistance. A yogi means a zero resistance. Whether you call science, whether you call spirituality, so the zenith of science is the spirituality, and it is all again ends up having a zero resistance. So zero resistance is, if a body is in zero resistance, whatever least achievable state of zero resistance, I can tell you, your amount of food required is very less. And no impurity will remain in you. That's called a Jesus, he is called a prophet, he is called a Buddha, he is called a Rama, he is called a Krishna. No impurity can remain in him. And a superconducting material, when you bring in contact, suppose there is a superconducting material, you bring a hot body and it can cool down and without being heated up. So superconducting materials can be used for ultra purification. For ultra purification. Without being touched by an impurity, it can remove the impurities. Impurities at billionth level, ppb level, parts per billion, parts per nanobillion level, it can purify. It depends on and what mechanism you are using, which superconducting material you are using. It not only has impurity, but when it comes in contact with any metal, it can purify it. It has the capacity to purify it. So a yogi, if he achieved really a zero resistance stage, if he is a genuine, people can do some magic also. A Ravanasura, Narakasura with the mental power. It is here, it's not using a mental power. Jesus has not used a mental power for healing. We presume like that. Prophet did not use his mental power, or Buddha did not use his mental power. Even my first yoga teacher, Vishnu Devananda, Adhyatmikananda, and their teacher, Shivananda, he is a Dr. Kuppuswami Iyengar. Dr. Kuppuswami Iyengar, way back in 1930s, he has written the book and of Yoga Volume 1 and Yoga Volume 2. He has written 2 books on the mind. It is called Mind and its control. And in that volumes, you will see at the end of those books, you will find that he has written about healing, pranic healing. Using prana, using oxygen, pranic healing. He spoke about the same word he used the pranic healing when pranic healing is not even invented or not even discovered, as given by the modern guru Chomsky. So he named what is the pranic healing, he spoke about, and distant healing. Because in way back in 1917 itself, Rudolf Steiner, the first movement of theology, and where the Theosophical Society of India is established in Chennai, and they are the group of the people working on N.A. Besant and Rudolf Steiner and etc. These people went to Tibet. They have seen a lama conversing with the aliens, with the angels directly, how they could change the environment within few minutes. You will find, if you read the books of the Rudolf Steiner and his experiences with the 3 or 4 of his Europeans and the spiritual group, how they traveled into Himalayas and what they have seen, and they said it is mind-blowing. And they had access, somehow they said how difficult to get access into the terrain. They could get one Sherpa who could take them over there. And he could see and the healing power of a lamas over there. See? But they are not Narakasuras. They said, so they used only these for healing perhaps. So even today they use it to purify it. Now I am not trying to tell you to use that or this. I am just trying to tell it is a natural phenomena that if you come in contact with the goodness, means an object of low disorder, so your disorder will come down. That's how this is called healing. Healing. But provided is the one who is healing and has to be a superconducting stage. Otherwise, a psychologist or anyone who is in the counseling, ordinary counseling, a psychologist or anyone in the business of the healing, you can be a Reiki master, you can be a pranic healing master, whoever you are. If you have not attained that superconscious state like Chavorsky, and like you have not attained that at least fourth samadhi, or if you get superconducting means you are purely zero resistance, completely enlightened. Means 14 unwholesome qualities completely removed. So, or at least you should find the one who explored up to fourth consciousness, fourth samadhi. So that when he touches you, and he will help you. So the people only who can heal have to be at this level. Not everyone. Healing is not inside I am boiling. Healing is not a study. You read a book, you undergo a course, and it is not a parrot talking. People should understand. It is not a psychiatric counseling or a psychologist counseling. So they absorb a lot of negativity from whomever they are healing. That's why never choose a profession of healing. If at all, if you choose. But for you, you become like a Chavorsky first. You first meditate. Come to me or go to where you will at least go up to fourth samadhi, or where you get really purified and get enlightened, at least first stage of enlightenment. Even first stage of enlightenment doesn't qualify. Otherwise, more than you are helping other person, at the conscious level you are transmitting, you think a good energy, but at the unconscious level where you are not conscious, in fact you are transmitting your negative quality to the person who has come. You have removed the surface impurity, but you have transmitted, and at the subconscious level your impurity to him. And a healer means, a psychology counselor means his mind is full of, already accumulated a lot inside. That's why never, and in Arab countries you will not find a psychology. You will not find a psychiatric clinic at all. You will not find a psychology counsel at all. It is very important. Why it is important? Not to go to, because more than you may get rid of your headache for temporarily, but you will get at unconscious level, because this person has seen so much of suffering coming, and if he has not purified himself, if he is not at the zero resistance level, and he is also transmitting at the unconscious level, I am not scaring you. But I am telling you, as a yoga practitioner, as an intense meditation practitioner in the last 45 years, if I don't tell you, I am doing a harm. I should tell you the truth. So, because now healing is a big business in abroad, and it is a big thing in abroad, my dear, but yes, it can be. But who is he? Are you a Shivananda level, Dr. Kuppuswamy Iyengar level? Are you at a level of Buddha? Are you at the level of Jesus? And suppose I use my power, it's not using the power, it is using your swabhava, using your goodness without being stained. Very, very important. That's why ensure when you go to any massage, even a body massage, if someone wants to touch you, other than your partner or anyone, may a massage, whatever the massage it is, and a body massotherapy, ensure the person who is doing, and he is free from, he is a yogi. That's all. At least he maintains yama niyama. He doesn't do any unwholesome actions by body, mind and speech. and he is healthy first, mentally, psychologically, physically, physiologically, he is healthy, number 2. Number 3, he constantly, every day he meditates. Every day he meditates. And to purify himself, that meditation is not of cutting off the unconscious, but only meditation dealing with the unconscious mind. If you ensure these things, and then you go for the massage, otherwise the therapist and doing the therapy, but it is a mind energy phenomena. You see, if you come contact a hot body with the cold body, once you come in contact, automatically equilibrium reaches. It is a science. No, I will touch, but nothing happens to me. That's why many healers die. Very sad. In my experience, I have seen those who use spirituality for healing, etc., without gaining perfection in spiritual attainments when they resort to, and it leads to, and so they get affected very badly. The healer gets affected badly. Forget about the one who is getting healed also gets affected. That's why there is a level, there is called a guru, there is called a yoga. So today when I am talking about a massage, a therapy, means touching the other person, if he is your family member, it's all right, your energy levels are almost the same, but still good, bad exists. If you have to do some therapy, you know that this person is very bad, you have to be extraordinarily careful. Extraordinarily careful in not harming yourself first at the unconscious level. It is not the conscious level. I love you. We know our love, isn't it? So I already explained enough in these sessions. Our love is selfish. Our love is based on that's my taste. I love my taste. It is not a question of a love of the taste. When you become completely, your love has to be unconditional love. Unconditional love. So right now in the house, have you attained that unconditional love? So whatever the way children are, whatever the way your husband is, whoever the healing, whatever the way his family is family happy with him? Or, so he goes, and everything in his family goes by others' taste, not by his taste. You should ensure all these things first. Then it's very, very helpful. It is very helpful. So in Yoga Kaya Chikitsa is a new domain which you have not heard in the West or even in India. In India only Ayurveda Kaya Chikitsa is known. So when I say Yoga Kaya Chikitsa, who is eligible? A yogi can help another yogi. A monk can help another monk. A lama, when falls sick, he can help another lama to recover. A yogi in Himalayas falls sick, another yogi helps him physically because he is not in a position to do any yoga. When corona affects a patient, or already you have a pneumonia, already you have a chronic pulmonary obstructive disease, CPOD, or you have emphysema, or you have some problem with with the lungs, means if you have a compromised lungs already, then so the probability of this corona is very high, isn't it? So you must do this for yourself, someone in your home, and so if you find a good yoga friend who maintains yama niyama, who doesn't do anything, so ahimsa satyasteya aparigraha, the one who doesn't kill any being, the one who doesn't have any interest in aspiring others' property, and the one who maintains a structured brahmacharya and a celibacy, and the one who maintains so the one who doesn't entertain the sense doors, aparigraha, and the one who always speaks the truth. So which is helpful? His speech is not the truth. Na yathartha abhibhashanam. His speech is always beneficial to you and others. None of the times his speech will harm anyone. That's called actually satyam. That's called the truth. The purpose of the truth is it won't harm anyone. acceptable for everyone. So many people think it as simply not lying. It's not simply not lying. It is about your speech. Your speech directly, indirectly should not harm anyone. That is a fundamental thumb rule. That's what Yajnavalkya explained to his wife when he is explaining about Satya, when he is telling about what is the truth. So we should, if your healer should maintain these qualities, at least at the fundamental level, ensure that. Otherwise, you may not be really get benefited. It is like a physical therapy, but at the mental level, some energies you are willing to take a risk to take it. So the one who chants Paritta, Paritta protecting mantras, as I told you, there is a criteria laid down. So also the one who heals, the one who touches the other's body, there is a criteria maintained. So there is a criteria maintained. So the criteria is that a zero resistance attained person is not a problem. Otherwise, yama niyama, the one who maintains Ashtanga Yoga or Ashtanga Marga, the one who is very clean himself can only heal you, remember. If you have a dirty cloth and you are trying to remove this board, and this remove, another dirt will come onto this board. Simple. Understand? It is as good as that. So if you want to clean it, and you need a clean cloth, simple. Understand? You need and he will give a cleaning solution, how to clean it. Not a staining solution, a staining solvent, a cleaning solvent. So understand the fundamental principles behind the therapy, because if I am going to reveal a secret, everything in yoga is called a secret because it has to be judiciously given and it has to be properly understood first of all. Otherwise, the world only misutilizes it. There is no way world uses it for the better. World only misutilizes it. If you really look at any social platform, network platform, the misutilization is higher than and the one it is using for the society, used for the society. Always remember. So so same way, so when today I am teaching you how to work, so for the Bhadut, this is a Yoga Kaya Chikitsa. So first part is called Yoga Kaya Samvahana. Samvahana is Yoga Kaya Samvahana. So the tradition of this comes from a Hatha Ratnavali, a book written Hatha Ratnavali in 11th or 13th century. So a Hatha Ratnavali, a book written by Srinivasa Munindra, Srinivasa Narayana Bhatta Munindra, means he comes from the lineage of Takshashila, from Gandhara, from Kashmir. The one who practices and the one who has given Hatha Ratnavali, the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, next is Hatha Ratnavali. And in this lineage, he is a master of all the yoga. So, and his great-great-grandson called Narayana, great-great-grandson, so at least gone, so about, 20 generations in between. So but Narayana Bhatta Munindra, Narayana Bhatta Munindra, he was my teacher. He is my guru. For me and another 3 of my friends, so we are totally 4 friends, he was a guru in Rishikesh. It's not that we found him, he found us. And when we were studying in Shivananda Ashram, so when I went for second, third time to Shivananda Ashram, then and we were doing our yoga practice and we were doing our Sandhya Vandana, we were doing our tapacharya, we were doing our meditation, and after doing Sandhya Vandana, after doing all the rituals and after doing all yoga asanas, in the northern style, typical northern style. And so when we were meditating, so one day, and we were doing that on the Ganges. And Ganges, I love Ganges, especially in the Rishikesh, it is very pure. And so from in the Ganges, now one of my friends stranded in Ganges because of the lockdown, and he needed some help, so I helped him. And he asked, what can I do, my dear friend? I told him, hey, post every day one, so that Ganges photo. Ganga darshanam sarvam papam prakshalaye. A river knows how to purify itself. Before it merges the sea, it knows how to purify itself. We try to purify, it tries to purify itself. We try to impurify the river, and it tries to purify itself. And a river like a Ganges, and born in Gangotri in northern Himalayas, and huge, lengthy and very huge river it is, means so it has the ability to purify so deep and so deep, so deep. So, but we have modern times, we stained it too high, and now the government is helping, so to clean Ganga project, because a human is always, he knows how to impure. This whole thing is happening because, your environment, if we disturb our environment, what happens? So all of us, we were taught in ashram says to respect all the elements, and respect the nature. Namaste Vayo, Namaste Tejo, Namaste Apo, Namaste Prithvi. Respecting anything you don't do that disturbs the consciousness around you. If the consciousness is disturbed, a terrorist is produced. A terrorist is produced because the environment around him is not good. And your nutrients are not good, or your input is not good, a disease is produced. Inflammation is produced. An environment disturbs, and a terrorist is born, a virus is born, a bacteria is born. The reason is the environment is disturbed. That's why our entire Rig Veda, it is about purifying the environment constantly. It is respecting the environment. It is unconditional love for the environment. If you love the consciousness, it will protect you. Consciousness is a loop. If you hate and you are out of the loop, you get immediately affected. If you love, immediately you get benefited, feeling good. That's how the consciousness operates. We are designed only to love as a human. And any negative vibration we create, any noise we create, whether it is a 10,000 watt sound, 100,000 watt sound, it is only your ignorance, and you are disturbing your environment that produces lot of negative energies, lot of negative bacteria, lot of negative things. So when you are not born perfect, nature is designed to nurture, but if you indulge and the very nature, and something is born and which kills us, so all this is, we have to be extremely careful. We are least bothered about environment around us, and we take it granted the water, air, we take it granted the space, we take it granted this planet. And we take it granted this planet. So it is, that's why we suffer. If you only respect, you are always protected. Always respect environment. Environment around you means love everyone unconditionally. Your people around you, things around you, love everything you own. First learn unconditionally love. Whether it does help to you or not. Love your car, love your steering wheel, love your mobile, love your whatever you have, never hate. Oh, I only have this. Never say that. Oh my God, I have this. I love you. Oh, iPad, I love you. Oh, mobile. Oh, my desktop, I love you. Oh, my laptop, I love you. Whatever you use, always, if you love, a good environment is created around you. If you only hate, and a bad environment is created. Simple. And when we say healing or anything, so these are the great lineage of the Gurus, and who transcended the knowledge. And when we are meditating, so a Guru comes, sometimes it happens, you will never know. And when opportunity comes, when he approached us, he looked very lean. He is about 5 feet 7 inches. And looked very lean personality. We thought, so he came to us and he asked, do you want to learn yoga? And he said, yes sir, we want to learn. We didn't say anything. Yes sir, we want to learn. Then he took us into a small lanes. And then we ended up in his house. And our learning with him happened for 2 years and couple of months. And so every summer, so few days we could spend with him, and few techniques we could master. And because we already knew asanas, it is easy for him. I don't say it is easy. He could teach us some of the techniques of the pranayamas and about the intricacies about this. He introduced us this yoga kaya chikitsa. He said, hey dear, and this is the mother of all the therapies available in the world.